dale.
¿Qué lugar más decía así?
Al manifestario, pero hay...
Nico.
Nico, vamos a pasarlo más rápido. En respectivas plantas, y lo que va a pasar es que nosotros recolectamos dichos huevos para traerlos acá al cuarto madre de las pupas, y una vez que nazca del huevo son las llamadas orugas, como otros lo conocen como gusanitos. Pero
Mira Camila, ellos son
esa es la oruga. Su tamaño normal. Espero que caiga una... ¿Qué pasa con esa pupa o crisálida? Es la etapa más importante de una mariposa. ¿Por qué? Porque ahí empieza la metamorfosis. Sabemos que la metamorfosis es la evolución, el cambio, la transformación. Y ellas es donde ahí se implementan sus alas, sus colores, todo su cuerpo. Y una vez que llegue a formarse ya el color oscuro que podemos ver acá, llegan a nacer. La cuarta etapa es el nacimiento. Ya se le considera adulta a la mariposa porque como tienen 2 semanas de vida, 2 semanas de vida, entonces, claro, en sí las mariposas una vez que nacen empieza su tiempo para 2 semanas de vida. Bueno, estas son otras especies, como son varias especies según especies. Porque ellos tienen la habilidad de abrir cierres, desatar zapatillas, por lo tanto... Y sí, duermen de 15 a 20 horas.
Sí, claro. Su nariz es bien húmeda.
Claro, y de a fondo está la Lucy y su...
And to know who's aggressive and depressed, you attacked her through the fan.
Tiene 17 años, va por 18. Se llama Pedro Bello. Ya está considerado en peligro de extinción. Porque con su piel lo que hacen es hacer abrigos, otros tipos de materiales de uso humano. Él se alimenta de 4 kilos de carne diaria. No le he traído su premio ahorita porque el otro tour lo va a traer. ¿Qué? No te traigo nada, hijo.
¿Cuántos años?
No sabían qué alimentar a la cría, lo han venido a botar acá. Y desde antes ya está siendo con nosotros criado. Y de instinto naturaleza, por más que haya sido criado desde bebito, va a ser salvaje. Y siempre vamos a recomendar a los visitantes a no comprar cosas o materiales que contengan piel de animales, porque si no estaremos contribuyendo a que sigan matando más de ellos. Ellos ya no están tan visibles en la selva, por lo tanto puede ser que su especie ya deje de existir. Y para que ellos se reproduzcan, tuviera que el macho crecer junto con la hembra. Y si no pasa eso, le quieres juntar a una hembra de adulta, se van a atacar. Hay confrontación.
¿En serio?
Y siempre cuando hay crías, la hembra le aparta a las crías del macho, porque el macho les llega a comer para que vuelva a pisar a la hembra. Más que todo porque son territoriales.
Of bad things behind, because Dallas World Aquarium, the zoo who finances the whole thing, is actually a zoo who has been prohibited to go into about 10 different countries.
Oh, really? Wow.
When they came here, they didn't come because of the manatees. They wanted the red wakaris.
The red what?
The red
monkeys.
wakaris, those monkeys, because no zoo has them. And Dallas Zoo wants to have the animals that nobody else has. I know the owner. It's a guy whose grandfather was one of the first of Silicon Valley. He's a millionaire.
Okay.
He bought the whole big block of Dallas to make his first. It was only an aquarium, really big aquarium, and then he decided also to bring animals. And well, here they came because of the red wakaris. When they came here, they also I had already a manatee. And they said, yeah, great, and we can help you, and we want to work in the conservation of the red wakaris. And I said, great, because these are the most endangered monkeys in South America. And then I said, yes, but first thing, we want to take them to Dallas. I had 5 wakaris in the time. So I said, are you crazy. I mean, those animals are not even studied in their wild habitat, in the natural habitat. What are you going to do them take to a zoo? And they're very difficult to have. They have a very special diet.
Yeah, in a
Yeah,
very
but
different environment.
we have the laboratories. We can study them there. They offered me an apartment in Dallas, so I would go with my red wakaris and tell them how to do the cage and everything. And I said, no way. So they came again. They even gave me a laptop, I must say. I got a laptop for them, but even so, I said no. And so what they decided, they went to Monkey Island. I don't know if you know Monkey Island, it's further down. The owner is a Peruvian guy who used to be a guide. He loves animals. And then he stopped working as a guide and said, well, it's good attraction if I have an island where there are monkeys and all the boats who go to the lodges can go there and can play with the monkeys. So he started that. It's not the ideal place. I mean, it's good, he really loves the animals, but he does not really think about them. Tourist who comes can carry a monkey because they can catch flu, they can die of it, and worst of it, they never know that they should be afraid of humans. And then you cannot release them.
Yeah.
But that guy needed money, and so Dallas World Aquarium went there and said, you know, you could take red wakaris, we're going to pay for the maintenance of all your monkeys, but we want red wakaris. It's very, very sad, because within half a year, suddenly 7 red wakaris babies were supposedly rescued by Dallas World Aquarium.
Yeah.
I found out through a volunteer that they actually paid hunters to get the baby red wakaris.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
I got into a big war really against them, because they had paid it's illegal. This is the most endangered species. Legally, normally, if we were in Peru, there would be no way to get those animals out anyway, because they are inside this one. And so I thought, well, they can't do it. And I found out, yes, they can, because they have paid a lawyer in Lima already, who worked with the aduana, and he was looking for the way to say, okay, these animals have been rescued by Dallas. They have been rescued and they are now raised with humans, so there's no way of giving them back into the wild. And so there's one reason you can use internationally, it seems, for endangered species. It's not that you want to exhibit them. You do it for difusión cultural, cultural diffusion. That's how they sell thousands of owl monkeys to Russia every year from Iquitos, saying this is for cultural diffusion.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
There are
this
not
is
even enough
easy.
zoos over there for thousands of them. They know it's for medical research in the owl monkeys. In that case, it would have been for exhibition. But I got in touch with some friends who know how to use a computer well, with the World Wild Primatology Association. And so in the end, they were not able to take those monkeys out. They were a while on Monkey Island. And then, meanwhile, Dallas World Aquarium had started with the manatee rescue. Nice. They're doing a good job. But actually, well, they had to do something so they could stay and wait for the red wakaris. Then they took the red wakaris from Monkey Island to their rescue center, to Crea. As I told you, it were 7. They had them there separated, each one alone. This is a species that lives up to 100 individuals together. They had them separated because they wanted to make sure that there wouldn't be any fight, and they fed them only with very soft things, with bottled water, with enfasure, to prepare them so they would get used to the food that they would get in Dallas.
Wow.
Out of the 7, 4 died. 2 of them died with tooth. I know it because my veterinarian was called, because he's the one who got experience with those monkeys, and he said, well, I had told them so often, give them what they need to develop their jaws and everything. They eat the hardest seeds of the Amazon, those animals. No? They didn't get anything hard. So anyway, 4 of them died, and they had 3 left. I had asked, I don't know how many times, that they should give them over here, because these animals live in big groups, because here they can be free. Well, thousands of reasons. There was always the reason. No, because there too we want them for cultural diffusion.
Wow.
But so I said, yeah, we can do it. And I said, you know, if you really let us release your manatee, we're going to give you the red wakaris. I was just, oh, finally? Now that only 3 of them are left? Yeah, okay, we're going to give you the red wakaris. So I said, immediately said, okay, I want to see them. Because I was thinking, if they now give me the red wakaris, something is wrong. So I went over with my vet, the 2 males and 1 female. The male was completely white. I went in, even so they said, you cannot go in, nobody can go in, they're very aggressive. Those animals aren't aggressive at all. I went in, I could touch her, I felt she was burning with fever. So without any permission, we actually took that female with my veterinarian, brought her to his consultory and started with analysis. She had a terrible infection, she was completely anemic. And well, so we just left her there and then I brought her here. Then we got the other 2 males too. I did medical checks before I got them here because I said, I don't want that something happens and then they say, okay, the animal died at your place. First let them check. So both of them also were completely anemic, underweight, and one of them had problems, they said, because I did an echography too, with a too big heart. Well, we brought them here. They are developing, they were getting better. The female now is really red and fine looking, but the male died in November. And it died on a absolutely sudden death. I was in the morning there to give him his treats, then I came back. He was like normally, they're now very friendly. They were afraid of the people there.
Yeah.
And here now they go in and they come in, they can see. And so he was like this in the morning, and then I went away, that was 6:30. My workers come at 7:30. One of them is in charge to clean that cage, and he went over, and then he came crying because he left that monkey too, bringing the dead monkey. And I thought that maybe a snake had bitten or whatever. We looked at it, we didn't see anything. We took him for a necropsy, and he had cancer in his lung. He had a sarcoma. They had never, ever done any medical check on those monkeys.
Because
They
you
know how to do it.
because you go there and then you see a movie how they do everything, and you
yeah,
as a tourist you think, yeah, they do a nice thing, and they also
sure.
tell you there are other rescue centers and they are not good. And what's also interesting, because they said they work together with you. And
Well, in the sense that if they don't want an animal, they ask me to take it. And that's another reason why I'm upset with them, because as I said, they're really good in promotion. That's what they're best in. So they go, for example, before Christmas, in the beginning of December, there were 3 pages in the local newspaper, Crea hace rescate por el río Amazonas. So there was shown the boat and this for some cages. And yeah, they had rescued, that because they call it rescuing. Yes, I know, I'm talking and I want to give it a good life quality, that means space. And not just say, okay, I take it away from a place because they have it illegally, and in the end it ends up in a smaller cage than where it used to be. But so I didn't have anything to do, I was just thinking, oh, another big publicity for them. Let's see how are those cages where those animals are. And nothing else. And then on the 31st of December, I get called by the chief of the organization that's in charge of, it's called Autoridad Regional Ambiental. They are the ones who control the rescue centers. They are the ones who give you the papers, who register everything. No? And the boss called me. His contract finished on the 31st of December. And he called me and he said, Senora, please, I know you don't take any more monkeys, but couldn't you take a capuchin monkey? And I said, you know, I have 23 capuchin monkeys because no rescue center takes them. I have to feed and I have to have space. No, I don't want an animal. And why are you calling me now? Yeah, you know, I'm finished my job now and I don't want to kill the monkey. I said, why do you have to kill a monkey? Well, you know, because CREA, in their big published rescue action, they also rescued a capuchin monkey. It's been now since they had rescued it in a tiny cage, 1/2 meter per 1/2 meter. They don't want it. They're not going to take it. And so I have to euthanize it.
wow.
Yeah, so I ended up taking this animal. And actually the other day I met the guy, Marcial is the one in charge of CREA, on the street, and he came and said, can't you take a few monkeys? I said, yeah, why do you take monkeys and why if you can't have them? I have 123 animals now. I don't get support from Dallas World Aquarium or from the regional government. I have to look how I find my funding. I cannot take any more. No? And then I said, and besides, it's been 1.5 years that you promised me to release my manatee with your adult female. and that was the reason why we didn't release it. We had planned to release it, but I wasn't able. I don't have all the possibilities to release it in Bacaya Samiria, where they said they're going to release their manatees in La Cocha El Dorado, which is an ideal place because there they have been working, not Dallas, but the government and international organizations with the communities that live there for about 30 years. So there is really some consciousness already. You can release it and they're not going to kill it immediately.
Yeah, because
So
you need to work with the community too.
First of all,
Exactly. Yeah, this is also one thing I asked them. How do you guarantee that they won't be killed? And then they said, yeah, we will go to a reserve like the Pakiri Saimara.
Samiria, yeah, yeah.
And they will release it there.
Yeah,
so-
and it's Bacaya Samiria is very big. I think it's 2 million hectares. But that lake where they want to leave it, it's famous. It's called El Dorado because there they have been working for a long time. Not so much because of the they work there with the paiche and of another fish, the arawana. It's a very beautiful big fish that's now in danger of extinction due to aquarium dealers. It's a beautiful fish that looks like a dragon, and it's active inside an aquarium, so the Japanese want it. And the way to get it, they kill the mothers. It's a mouse breeder. So they kill the mothers to take out all the baby fish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
To release it, a year ago now they should have released it, and they haven't done it now. And then I also said, when are you going to do it? And I said, no, maybe next year. And then it was June, and then it was August. And I said, August? You cannot release it in August. The water is very low. You have to do it in high water season. And then it said November. November would have been a good time already. But now I found out they're waiting for Discovery Channel to come and film it.
Oh,
And until Discovery Channel doesn't have a date, they don't release it.
okay.
So that,
Yeah.
sorry the expression, sucks.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they have the
definitely.
mains.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's all
Yeah.
about publicity. Sorry, I take another sip.
And doesn't exist like you can't do a denuncia? I don't know how is this in English. This word
I've made so many denounces here. You're Peruvian?
denunces. No,
No.
no, Brazilian.
Ah, yeah, Brazilian. No, here you have no chance. Especially not in my position. I have made many, many, many terrible enemies here.
Yeah, because they are also complicated, no?
The big problem is corruption.
Yeah.
I mean, in Peru they make beautiful laws to supposedly take care of animals and do some conservation, but if people are corrupt, they just change the name of the animal that they are bringing to the aduana, and the ones that's sitting there anyway is not a biologist. So if it says that, well, for example, they just write, that's what I heard when I was in contact with this primatology worldwide organization, they said, well, you know, they just put monkey there. Okay, if it's a capuchin monkey, you can export them, no problem. Everybody would be happy to get rid of a capuchin monkey, no? But not if it's a red wakari. If that and that species is. No? Well,
Yeah.
the big problem is corruption.
Yeah.
Corruption and also the very low salary. For example, in Bacaya Samiria is a reserve. I don't really want to know how many animals are taken out there, because the people who are in charge to work there get a salary of less than.
Oh, pero comen pan.
Todas, ¿no?
Piraña.
Pan integral.
¿Cuántos pirañas hay?
1500.
¿1500?
Ah, va.
Wow. 1500. Son muy rápidos, ¿no?
¿Cómo pueden ser tan rápidos? ¡Wow! Son muy brutales.
Ahora, no sé, depende de
Pero mire ese llegando.
Quiere sacar una foto primero.
¡Wow! Esse é rápido.
Qué grande.
¡Wow!
¿Pronto?
Não.
Ok.
Sim.
¿Y cuánto tienen que comer por día ese?
Máximo 50 kilos.
50 kilos.
Cada
por día.
uno?
Sí. Nativos así le sacan las escamas cada uno y le solean al sol. Y
Ah.
ahí ahorita está medio mojado, pero cuando le choca el sol se seca la artesanía, la escama.
Ah, sim, por isso é dura a
Por
artesania.
eso.
Hace
Las escamas
sentido.
se hacen llaveros, lijas, cortes.
Bueno,
Põe um pouquinho mais para frente.
ready?
Un poco más para frente, no exactamente en la boca.
Where? Here.
Sí, para tener que nadar un poco.
That would go. Oh no.
Ah, ya.
Al turismo. La gente que viene así del extranjero viene a bañarse acá, pero ahorita está descuidado. Falta también mantener este. Le hemos echado como nombre de jacuzzi.
¿Y por qué se colora?
Ese mayor. La más grande. La más grande. La más grande. ¿De cuánto? Estamos hablando de 3 o 4 meses. Este tiene la resina que mayormente los antiguos hacían candela. Se iban al campo, en vez de llevar el combustible, sacaban esta resina y se prende como mechero.
Ah,
Tiene
como
resina
aceitoso.
aceitoso, claro. Y después hacer andar a cualquier parte. Solamente tú usas y prendes y comienzas a hacer tu fogata. Sin nada de combustible, copal. Sí. Claro, ven la presencia de los profesionales y dicen, no, el serrano está acá, no podemos tocar. Entonces, de todas maneras ellos tienen que acercarse y decir, señor, ¿sabes qué necesita este árbol? Y encontrar 2 árboles.
Pero, o sea, claro, pero siempre y cuando ellos respetan, pero bajo el acuerdo y el permiso de usted.
Claro. Nosotros permitimos, cuando ellos requieren un recurso, cuando solicitan un recurso, sí se les puede dar. No se puede negar. Se trabaja conjuntamente con ellos. Entonces queda bien.
Pero sí funciona.
Sí funciona.
Ellos no sacan ilegalmente.
No.
Así.
Ahorita sí están sacando ilegalmente porque, como te digo, falta de nosotros presencia de nosotros. Si estamos continuos ahí, no, de todas maneras tienen que decir, acercarse, ¿sabes qué, señor Nasiasene? O señor guardaparque, queremos este recurso, no sé si puede o no puede. Haga tu solicitud, por el señor. O si no, vas haciendo tus 2 veces. Le hacemos nosotros la solicitud que está solicitando porque hay gente que a veces no sabe ni escribir. No sabe escribir, entonces se le puede apoyar. Con gente que necesita, hay que estar.
Este árbol, por ejemplo, para que los retiren ya acá mismo cortan.
Claro, pero este está prohibido porque está en el sendero que se demuestra el turista que entra por acá. En otra parte que tú hayas por allá, sí se le puede dar.
En la zona misma lo cortan.
Claro, en la zona misma le cortan. En la corta le cortan y le cargan ya.
Y la bulla y eso
Claro.
no es una
No
contaminación.
perturba nada. No perturba nada. Porque un día nomás es y después pum. Lo que cae en las hojas se alimentan estos árboles. Pero no tienen nutrientes por dentro, nada. Es porque es pura arena, es una mina de arena. Y por eso está en la reserva del país donde está amenazada por las canteras que están cerca de la zona de amortiguamiento. Están bien en la cartera que han visto, esas canteras que están sacando tractores inmensos, dañan las centrales. Y esa es zona de amortiguamiento. Y toda esa gente que está sacando la arena, todo es ilegal, no tienen un permiso legalmente que está pagando un impuesto al Estado, está en una orden de energía que puede sacar. Todo es ilegal. Y toda la contaminación que se hacen en la zona ingresan al área protegida. Y por eso nosotros estamos peleando. Hace un poco, hace 2 años atrás, hemos reventado tractores y boquetes. Ha venido una comisión de Lima que hemos pedido, la brigada que viene de especialistas de enfermería que vienen sobre que combaten en Tambopata con las mineras. Aquí se ha atacado con ellos. Y se ha reventado 3 tractores y 7 boquetes. Era una crítica bastante porque estaban atacando demasiado. Y todas las canteras están ya peladas ya. Y es muy riesgoso para el área protegida porque toda la zona de amortiguamiento vas a dejar que se pela, entonces la área protegida con el tiempo
Ya no hay
no hay nada que ver. Entonces esa es la amenaza del apagón. Porque la Guamia tiene mayormente arenales su suelo, ese tipo de arena. Estos son bancos de arena, son colinas que tienen más o menos de 7 a 10 metros de profundidad pura arena. Tú le pelas este bosque con tractor, queda purita arena blanca. Y le comienzas a cavar, pues ya te queda un cerro de arena, es una mina. Y comienza para Iquitos, sabes que los volquetes, las máquinas comienzan a depredar y es un desierto que queda ya. Y ese tipo de suelo no regenera ya. ¿Cuándo ya? Peor si no le riegan. Y estas canteras mayormente le unen, le botan toda la materia orgánica, le montonan por ahí, toda la tierra blanca le sacan. Y ni siquiera vuelvan a recuperar el suelo con esa tierra material orgánica montonada por ahí.
Ahí lo dejan.
Ahí le dejan montículos y comienza a tener charcos, lodos por ahí. Nunca más regenera. Mal manejo.
7
adentro y
16
comunidades afuera, pero
en
como
zona de
entorno.
amortiguamiento. Zona de amortiguamiento. Lo que está en el interior del área son 7. Dentro del área que se trabaja.
Dentro del parque.
Y en el entorno 16.
Sí.
Comunidades.
Así está.